Okay, good morning, people. Let's continue with our program. Okay, we are discussing website development, and last time we talked about website. Okay, and we did the introduction. We defined what web is, what web page is, what website is, and we looked at some of the elements of HTML, which includes the tags and also attributes. Now, we also looked at some of the examples of HTML pages, such as the header size and the lists. Now today, we want to focus on the image, how to incorporate the image in the HTML file, which are the web pages, and also to put the forms, the tables, and perhaps look at also to connect multiple pages that are going to form. So now, let us begin with the image inclusion in the HTML files. So let us look at the blank page, which I'm going to consider. So now I want to look at how to incorporate the images in the HTML files. So to begin with, we have to write the HTML tag there. Then we're going to have head, which is supposed to have title. Okay, they should be title. This time we call them images. Okay, images. So I want to put images. Right, to close the title. Okay, and the pattern is here, then you close the title there, then you also close the head. Okay, so the head. Then we can open body. Open body. Then we're going to put some heading, okay, to indicate that what you're going to display below are the images. So the following are the images. Okay, we can close our H1, which is our edge size, the biggest edge size. If you remember the previous lecture, so H1 is the biggest size. So we're going to put horizontal rule just to divide the screen, and we're going to break that the images can come on the next page. So I'm going to have image. Remember the image, okay? The way it is basically vague if it has no attributes. So I want to put attributes to it, okay, such as the source, right? We look at the source of the images, right? Then you provide the name. Then you also provide the width. I'll come to the name later on, people. Let's just put the attributes. I want them to be 200. We are using absolute figures. The height, right? The height of the image. I want to put also 200, right? And I close this. Okay. I break. Remember the image tag is empty tag, so it has to be like that. I want to put about 4 pictures, so I'm going to copy these people so they can speed it up. I'm going to copy this and paste it below here 4 times, right? Second one, third one, and I'm going to close the body, and I'll close HTML. Now what I want to do, people, I want to check, okay, HTML. I want to check the image names from this folder, so just quickly, let me just go to the folder. I check the names that I want to put. Remember, the names of the images has to have not just the name, but they should be also the what? Okay, they should be also the type. So this is what I'm going to look for here. I want to check for these, right? For the names that I want to put. So that as we display these images, they quickly come, okay, with the correct names as always. right? So my image names are here. So I'm going to put these images. I'm going to put apple, banana, cherry, and also I'm going to put grapes. Okay, so all these are basically PNG images. So that type has to be also considered. Otherwise, the image cannot come. Okay, so there should be cherries there, which I'm going to put, and I'm going to put the grapes. Okay, image, so that the work can flourish. So let's begin with apple. Okay, begin with apples. This apples dot png. Right. The next one is bananas. Right. It is bananas. Bananas dot png. In the next image, want to put is cherries. Cherries. Okay. Dot png. So the names has to be correct, otherwise the images won't come out. So the moment you just see, wrong output from the image, it means it's either the name is wrong, or basically the type is not also correct. So make sure that you type the correct names and images for them to run. So we're going to save these, so that they can be displayed, as they can be displayed as well as a web page. So you need to name them. So I'll name this as images, right? Images.html. So don't forget to put HTML. It's very, very important for the pages to come out in the browser. So I'll save this one. Okay, as you can see, the moment you just save them, even the attributes and the other tags, they change according to appropriate color codes. All right. So perhaps I'm going to open this, to run this. I'll try to launch it in Firefox. Okay, I'll try to launch it in Firefox so that it can run in that browser. So while waiting for Firefox to also open, I can as well open it using the Google Chrome to see which one will come out very fast. All right. So as you can see, this is the one that was created. So I need to use both browsers to see which one is going to open very fast, either Firefox or Google Chrome. So let's see. Okay. Good. Google Chrome is opening very fast. So stick to it. So remember, we have included the 4 images. So as we run the page using the Google Chrome browser, we should expect to see 4 images coming on the page. So let us see while the page is loading those images. Remember, the way they were put in a line, which means they will come as a line like this, okay? Because every time that you're putting the images, we are breaking. But perhaps if you want to, since there are 4, if you want to have 2 in the same line and 2 in the last line, perhaps what you can do to edit that word, you can simply just remove the break here. Okay, so you should not break on the first part here, so that you can have the first 2 in the same line, right? And also you can remove the break there, so that you can have also the first 2 in the same line. Once you make changes to the web content, you must always save. Okay, once you save, you go back to the web browser and refresh. Okay, you will click on refresh, then you see what I'm talking about. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. So people, this is how you put the images on the web page. Remember, we're trying to understand the idea that if you apply the concept of images, you might actually have the web page look very nice. As you can see, the images are very good because you have applied the content of the images on the page. So as you can see, this is the heading that we are to insert here, which is the following the images, in each one. And what we are able to see here, people, this line is what we call horizontal rule. It is this what we are seeing called HR, which stands for horizontal rule. It divides the screen, as we can see from there. That's the purpose of that. So now what you can see below here are the images that are inserted, which you can see from there. So basically, inputting the images on the page is very simple as long as you apply the concepts of image tags and you put all the attributes that you need. Now this is what I was talking about. Let's say, for example, you missed to put the type. What happens? You missed to put the type. You find that once you refresh the page, okay, once you refresh the page, you won't have the image. So for the image to load, you need to have both. Okay, you need to have both the name and also the type of the image for it to load perfectly. So once putting the type here, the portable nature graphics, and save it, I'll go back to the page, refresh it. You will discover that now the picture comes. So it won't happen without the type also. So many people will make a mistake and just put the name of the image without putting the type. It won't come out clearly as we anticipated. Okay. So when we have looked at the image, now let's look at also how to insert the forms. How to put the forms on the page. So I'm going to open another page where I'm going to put the forms, just the forms, selecting forms, without them doing anything. Okay, because what we're trying to learn today is how to make use of, okay, how to put the forms on the page also. So I'm going to go to the blank page. I'm going to put the HTML page that will contain the forms. So add there, we'll put the age. I'm going to give them title. So these are title elements, forms. I'll call them forms. Okay, I use calculators. I'll call them forms. Okay. So then I'll close the title. Close the title, and I will also close the age. Remember, the nesting tags. Okay, the first tag, okay, to open is the last tag to close. All right. So now I'm going to open body tag there. Then I'm going to put the heading as the first one. Put the heading there. I'll say the following. I'm going to close the H1, right? H1 tag. And perhaps I'm going to also put horizontal rule to divide the screen, and I'll break so that I can go to the second line. So now, here, to start the forms, you have to put the form tag itself. This one is a form tag. Then you can put the forms, right? So what I want to put things like, so for example, you must enter your name, right? You must enter your name. So I'm going to indicate how we're going to do that. So I'm going to use the input type. For this one, it will be basically text. Okay, for text box. The text box is just simply called text. Then you can specify how long this will be, the maximum. Right. Specify the max length. Right. So you can just say 20. Right. Some names are a bit long. The size, the height. Okay, we can also well. Right. You can close this and you can put the break so you can go to the next line and we can say age. Enter the age. Okay. So this age, what's the input type? We're going to also enter our age through the text box. So we'll call it text. Text box. So the same things are there. Okay, I'm going to put some details. Right. Details. That size. Right. Some details like that. Okay. I'm going to also break. Just copy this so that I can speed it up. 1 to 2 4 items. 1 to 2 4 items. So it's also another shortcut to avoid typing all the time. You can just simply do what I'm doing here. Okay. I want to put 4 items. So apart from age, I want to put also the address. address, and I want to put also the country. Right. So I'm done, but I need to put, let's say for example, I want to submit something. I'll also put a button. So I'm going to say input type, right? Input type. It will be, okay, this one is a button, so I'll put here. Make sure that the spellings are correct. The value, this button is going to do anything, so I'll call it maybe submit. Okay, submit button. So every time that, okay, when you finish your details, enter the details, you can submit. Okay, and I need to close the form. I'm done. I need to close the form. Okay, with that, I need to close the form. Then I need to close the board. Okay, I'm done with the work. The body, and I need to close HTML. So just understand the concepts. It's not so difficult. So I need to save this. I'll save it as forms. All right. I'll save it as forms dot HTML. Then save. You can see the moment you save, okay, everything changes according to the right color codes of the system that I'm using as the editor. So since this is saved, I'm going to go to the folder, look for it. Okay, fine. So it is which one now? Forms. Click on it and wait for it to open. So yeah, it takes some time. Sometimes it depends on the speed or the power of the processor. But here we are. Okay, so we have the forms. The following are the forms. So this is how the forms are inserted on the form. So don't worry about the way they are aligned. Okay, so there's a way of aligning them properly by means of tables. Okay, which we're going to look at later on. So basically, these are forms. So you can put anything there. Age, you can put your age there. Address, you can put there, 456, and you can put country, for example, there. And from there, what can be done is, okay, if there's code, okay, there's proper code there, what can be done, you can quickly click on submit, and this way can go to the database if there is code. In the meantime, we're just interested in the work of putting the forms on the page. Right, thanks very much. Now let's get back to this other one. Okay, let's get back to the images forms. Now what about the tables? How do you put tables? Basically, tables are good because they help us to divide the screen very well and position things nicely. Okay, so they can look perfect. You can put data anywhere on the screen. That's why we need tables. Tables can also be substituted with what we call division of the screen. But let's look at how to do first the table. Right? So we're going to add another page, okay, which we're going to put the we're going to put the table, right? So I'll say add, I'll put add there, and I also put title. This time, people, we are looking at nothing else but what? But tables, right? So now I need to close the title. Close the title there, and I need also to close the add, right? Because I'm done, then I can move to body. Okay. So remember the skeleton, if you just master the skeleton, we can do this from scratch. So I'm going to also put the header there. I'll say H1, then I'll say the following, right? The following are the HTML, okay, tables, like HTML tables. Yeah, so the pattern tables. And I'll close H1. Okay, every time that you open something, you need to close because it affects everything. also break. Okay. Then I'll define the table. So just to begin with the table tag itself, table. Then you can actually start putting the rows and the table data. So in this case, I'm going to have 3 rows, right? Where I'm going to have 3 table data, right? So there'll be this one. Okay, I'll close the TB there. Okay, I want to speed it up. I'm going to have these, okay, 3 of these in each table. Okay, table row. So 3 of these. Then I can close the TR. TR basically stands for table row, right? Then I'm going to have, for the sake of just understanding, I'll put here there. Change later on. You can put anything. That's why you can put data there. Okay, so what you have done, people, here, you have done one table row with 3 cells, right? Now, since I want to have 3 rows with 3 cells, I'm going to copy this to people so I can speed it up. Then I'm going to paste this 3 times, right? I'll paste this 3 times. Then I'll simply just change here. This becomes E. Okay, then this becomes E. This becomes F. Then this becomes FG. This becomes H. And this becomes I. Right, so I'm going to have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Then, since I'm done with the table rows, I'm going to close the table data. Table tag rather. So the table tag will be closed. Right? Thereafter, I'm going to close the body. And I'll close HTML. So when I advance in this regard, you find that the code will be becoming a bit long. But what is important is to stick to the principles. I'm going to save this. I'll save it as tables, right? I'm going to save it as tables, tables.html. Then I'll click on save. You can see the tags are in blue. You can see, so it changes. And I'm going to quickly go to my folder where the files are saved. I'll look for my file table here. Then I'll wait for it to open. Wait to open. Yeah, it's opening, people. It's just exercise a bit of patience. What is important is we're going to see a table. Here we are. But the question is this a table? What is wrong with this? Yes, it's a table with 3 rows, and in each row there are 3 cells. So 2 things that are not making us understand clearly why this is not a table according to the way we are seeing it. 1, there are no borders. 2, it is very small. Right. So I'm going to work out these 2 things so that we can be convinced that this is a table. So get back to the code. Under the table, we're going to put the attribute code. And then we're going to put the size of the border. Okay, it depends with the thickness. We can actually increase the number to any number. But let's just stick with the first one. Okay, 1, border 1. Then you save this one. You quickly go back to this, refresh. Here we are. So now we are convinced that it's a table, but it is very small. All right, it's very small. How can this do what we want? So the purpose of the table is to equally divide the screen. So now, for us to equally divide the screen, we need to stretch the table so it can cover the screen. So to do that, we need to put additional attributes such as width. Now this time we're going to use relative values like 100% to cover the whole screen. Okay, for the whole screen is 100% together. So we'll put 100% both on height and also on the width. So we'll put borders, okay, width and height. So we save this. Every time that you make changes to the code, you save it and you go back and refresh the screen. Here we are, people. So this is our table filling with the screen, which means now we can put data anywhere we want. It will still work. Right. How can you do this, people? Let's practice. Right. Let's, for example, we copy what you have looked at. Let's say we've got images here. We copy this code here. We copy it, and we want it to be coming, okay, on what? Okay, on E. Want it to be coming on E, so we can paste it there. Right, paste it there, and we'll save this work. We'll go back to this refresh, save people. Yeah. So now this will come on B, as you can see. Yes, work has to come on B. Think about this alignment. You can still put more attributes that can control this, so it won't be moving the way it's moving like this. For example, okay, we want it to remain, okay, intact. Okay, so what do you do? What do you do? So that you will make this movement intact, it's not moving the way it is moving. So what you can do is you can also put these two attributes here. You can copy them and put them here in the TD tag, so that maybe perhaps you can lock, okay, this tag so that it's not moving the way it is moving, which is not looking nice. So you refresh this. Okay, so this is 200 people. This is 200. But again, it's not looking nice. So if you want to increase, okay, the space to something that is going to look very nice. For example, if you're not comfortable with the widget, perhaps you can put 500 as widget to see how it will going to look like. We go back to this, okay, refresh. So this is our 500, much better. It looks nice. Okay, it looks nice. The work, as you can see, is looking a bit nice. So this is how you put, okay, you design the page using the table. The tables gives you the freedom to put data anywhere. For example, I want to put something on CE, what can I do? All right, let's go back to the code. This time I want to copy something. I want to copy something. This time I want to copy something. Okay, let me copy this code. All right, I need to copy this code here. I need this code to come, right, on C. Want to paste it there, right? Remember to save and go back to the code, into the browser, refresh it. Must have, yes, the detail will come. Okay, so this moving, the resizing is because the tags are not locked. But if you want to lock them up the way we did for this one, you can also put the size on those. Right. So as you can see, I want to put now the forms, okay, the code for the forms here. I want to put them, copy this. Okay, well, they look nice. Okay. Let me put them on D, right? Or let me just put them just below what I've put, okay, what the images are indicating there. So let me just put them there, okay, and then I'll save. So I can play around with the data once, okay, if the work is done this manner. Okay, all together. So refresh this. Okay, I'll refresh so you can see what I'm talking about, people. Since I've done the saving from the editor, so I need to see the output of this, right? So what you're saying, people, with the table, you can put data anywhere you feel like putting that. That's the beauty about this. Okay, so let's wait for it to load a bit. Okay, let's see how okay, as you can see, people there, right? So now I want to take care of this, is too big. Don't take care of this. Let me just lock it so that it won't move the way it is moving. So remember, okay, we are here. I want you to take care of this. So I'm going to copy this as well. I'm going to copy this and take care of this so that it is not moving the way it is. So perhaps I can say 300. So for example, I say this one. So it becomes very, very easy to work around. Okay, as you can see, this is 300, right? So now it is precise, right? So if I want to put the headings there, so I can put anything basically. So as you program with tables, you find that the screen is well managed. And if you don't want to see the borders later on, you can as well go back to the borders and put 0 there. It means you don't want to see borders. Save this and go back to the browser and refresh. There will be no border. So it will look as if, okay, the data is positioned hanging on nothing, but in the actual sense, this is the table. So you can see, this is just a glimpse of what you can do with the tables and able to design a very powerful web page. So I'm teaching you the concept of designing the content, okay, putting the content on the web page using HTML. Now let us look at also, because we have so far covered these items, okay, from the tasks that we are supposed to look at in HTML. We have covered the headers, how to put the list, how to put the images, how to put the forms and the tables. Now let's see how the anchor comes in. The anchor basically is there to link these various pages that we have created to form one, okay, page which is interlinked, which we call website. Right? So now let's see how we can create this home page, which is going to have all these details put together. So, okay, so let's go to coding. Let's go to coding. So head, I'll call this as head. And now put title there. Put title, I'll call it home page or landing page, either ways. Right, so I'll close my title. Close my title there, and I'll also close my head. So it becomes very easy for you to design things once you understand the concept, which is this I'm showing you today. Okay, so I'm going to put H1 there to indicate what I'm doing. So I'll say this is the home page. Choose. Right. So I'll say choose. Yeah. Okay, so you can put anything there. Right, close H1, close H1, and I'll put horizontal rule just to divide the screen, and I'll break. Okay, I'll break. Then I'm going to put buttons there. Right, you can put buttons or basically links. But if you click on them, all right, put button. Now close the button. Right, close the button. I'll put them to come straight. So I want to break them, right? But I want to copy this so I can speed it up. So far, we have how many pages? We have the headers, okay, we've got the lists, for the images, for the forms, and for the tables. So I'm going to put 5 of these, right? I'm going to put 5 of these, that, 3, 4, and 5. Now, in between here, I'm going to put the anchor. Okay, I'm going to put the anchor tag, which is basically A, and it has to have reference, href, right? That, okay? Then it's not actually, this is not empty tag, it contains data, so I need to close the anchor like that. Perfect. Then I'm going to copy this so that I can speed it up. Copy this, right? I'll copy this, paste. I'm going to copy this, paste. Yeah, you can just copy once and paste several times, there's no problem. Right, like that. And let me just also finish in advance and close the body. Okay, before I forget. Then I close also the HTML. So now, what to do next is to now put the put the names of the page that I want to open. For example, I have the forms page, and I have the image, okay, images page, and I have my header page, and I have my lists page, and I have my tables page. So basically, I've got 5 tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rather files which I need to open. So I need to put them through. So I'll start with forms. Okay, forms dot html. Remember, I'm trying to link the file, so it has to be html. Here, we need to have okay, we need to have images, right? Images dot html. Here, we need to put my header, right? My header dot html. Also here I need to put my lists dot html. Here I need to put tables dot html. All right, so now what will happen is, okay, if you click on the button, sorry, the button has to be inside, sorry. We made a mistake, the buttons has to be inside here, because once you click on the buttons, that's when you need to see this work, right? So the buttons have to be inside. I made a mistake and did the opposite. So let's just quickly do the buttons inside the anchor. Okay, so that once you click on the button, just to go to the actual, okay, the actual file. Right, so I need to put them inside here. Right, you need to put them inside. Right, right. So let's just put them quickly inside. Just to put it up, people. Let's exercise a bit of patience. Where I put them, and put it inside here. Okay, this one has to come inside here. Right. This is how it's supposed to be done. So the anchor tag has to be outside. It's the one that is controlling the button. So that's why the button has to be inside. People, not the button controlling the anchor. So what it is, this once you click on the button, the anchor is supposed to take effect. So the button, in this case, we can call it. This one is going to open the forms. We can call it forms. Okay, then this one is going to open images. We can call it images. This one is going to open header. We can call it headers, right? Then this one is going to open lists. So we can call it lists. This one is going to open tables. We can call it tables. Basically, what we are doing, people, we are making a website. Okay, the website is a collection of pages that are interconnected. So we are trying to make a landing page, home page that connects all these pages that we have covered in this lecture and the previous one. So save this. Okay, we're going to save it as, we'll save it as home. Home, right? Home. HTML. Going to call it home. Then click on save. Right, as you can see, changes quickly like that. Then let's try to open this page called home. Click on it, see how it's going to look like. Just I need to close these other pages. Right, close these other pages. Okay, so this is the home page, people. It's the home page. So what it is, this is the home page. Choose the options you want. So once you choose, click on any of these buttons, you must be able to go to the right pages that you have designed. So for example, if you click on home, you must be able to open what? Right. Go back. You click on images, you must be able to go to images. Okay. If you click on headers, you must be able to go to the headers. Okay. Click on lists, you must be able to go to the lists. Right? Okay. If you click on tables, you must be able to go to tables just like that. So now, for the sake of avoidance going to the back button, you can have this code put on each and every page. For instance, okay, let's see. I'll get this code. Okay, I'll get this code. I've got all these, okay, details there. What I can do is, I can just quickly after this, I can put that code there. And great, so I can actually have details there. You can also go to this one, right? Just after horizontal rule, I can put this there and break, right? So that it can come down. And also this one, the purpose of doing this, people, is to, this is my image, okay? The purpose of doing this is to avoid going back to the back button every time that you want to get back to the landing page on the home page. That's what they do. Okay? That's what is done, right? On most of the websites. Okay, you find that if you see the same menu in all the pages. It's not a secret. It is something that can be done people without difficulties, right? So this is what I'm doing. So now what I'll do is, okay, I'll save. And also in here I'll save. Make sure that the data is dated. And also in here I'll save. And also in there I'll save. And also in there I'll save. Just to ensure that, okay, everything is there. So now I'll go back to the browser, right? Refresh it, right? Then what I'm going to do, people, let's just wait for it to refresh. Just wait for it to refresh. Then if I click on forms, if I go to forms, I must be able to see things in my menus from here without wasting time. I don't have to go back to this one, right? If I want to quickly from here, go back to the image, I can simply do this. Again, as you can see, it's the same thing. If I want to go back to forms, I can quickly do it. From here, if I want to go back to the headers, I can quickly do it. The tables, just like that. But one button is missing, people, and this button is supposed to take us back to home page, right? So we must include one button here. Okay, we must include one button. So we just quickly copy this, and perhaps it works well if it is the first one there. We can just call it home. That's how we named it. We just click and check. Yeah, it was just named as home. For me, yeah, just home. So like that. So I can just save this. So I'll copy this. All right, I'll copy it and I'll put it on each and every one. I'll put it on each and every page. Make sure that you save, otherwise it won't have any effect if you can save it. So make sure that it is saved, people, like that, right? So make sure it's very important. So once you paste it there, you save it, right? You also go to this one, yeah. Once you put it there, you save it. Now let's see how there it will look like. So now, if we want to refresh this page, refresh it, right? Refresh the page. So in this case, I want to open my home page. I want to open my home page, right? This is my home page. Okay. So click on the forms. You must be able to. I don't know. I can see. Let me just check the code quickly. Let me just check it quickly. Oh yeah, here I didn't change the code, so it does also change from there. The add-on has to change the code. That's why it is giving a very wrong name there. So here, after putting this, you forgot to change. So it has to be home then save. Perfect. So here, that's a bit about knowing the code, because if there's something wrong, we know where to go to. Otherwise, if you don't know how to do this, it becomes very difficult to know what is the problem. So people, you need to know how to do this from scratch. Then you can use offering tools such as Dreamweaver, Page, and other offering tools that makes the design of the website very quickly. So once you know it like this, it becomes very easy for you to do admin. So refresh this. Yeah, here we are. So now there is home page here. So if I click on home page, I'll get back to home page. As you can see, if I go to images, okay, I don't have to use the back page, okay, the back button there. I can just quickly go to home, I'll get back to my home page. Tables, just like that. If I want to go back to home page, quickly go. So this basically we have formed a mini website of the things that I looked at. So don't worry about the looks and the beauty of the web page. We are just interested in knowing how to put these contents. So perhaps once you know how to do this, then it becomes very easy for you to make the page that looks very nice. But also, okay, if you want to know how to make the page look very nice and attractive, there is cascading style sheet, which we are going to consider in the next lecture. But for now, this is all. I encourage you to watch the video and also able to enjoy the rest of the topics that I'm going to put. Okay, see you next time.